The Penticton Vees and Vernon Vipers faced off on Saturday at the SOEC, and this one had everything. Fraser Rogers and Tim Hogg with you on the highlights. Will Schumacher scoring just .256 into the first to give the Vernon Vipers a lead. Quick release there, Tim, to give Vernon that all-important lead on the road.
Yeah, and it didn't take long for the Vees to get right back to even here. A good turnover from Eli McCamey. Finds Max Heisey in the middle of the ice to make it 1-1.
Heisey had himself a night. This is his first of three, and that tied the game at .348, his 10th of the year. Heisey back in the lineup after missing Friday due to injury, and what a character night for him to suck it up and play hurt and find a way to score not once, not twice, but 3 times. That tied at 1-1, but we're still in the first period, and it's Jordan Gutteridge giving the Vipers their lead back 2-1 at 7:14. This point shot hit something and changed direction past Buenaventura, and that found its way in to give Vernon a lead. But who else but Max Heisey brought the Vees back, and this is a great rush off the power play to make it a 2-2 tie. As Heisey went down the right wing, slips it through the arm of the goaltender Bilic at 13-19, and great pass there by Ryden Evers, Tim, to set him up too.
Now, Ryden Evers also had himself a night. On this night, it was just overshadowed by Max Heisey's hat trick, and a power play goal for the Vees that was very, very welcome.
Yeah, desperately needed after some struggles this month on the man advantage. Luke Poshmus there hit the post on the shift right after that Heisey goal, and then Ben Maryland tight almost scored again on the same shift as the Vees were looking for their first lead. But another crazy bounce here, this time out of the corner. Luke Bibby centers the puck. Noah Grolnick will get credit for this one. Off is skated in at 18:28. That made it 3-2 Vernon, but hang on as Rago was hooked. Penalty shot, and Tim, the most exciting play in hockey, and Rago delivers clutch.
From the most exciting player that the Penticton Vees have, and you can see him here go straight to the crowd after he beats Marco Bilic for his 8th of the year to get the crowd hyped up. A tied game at 3 after 1 period of play.
That goal only 32 seconds after Vernon's goal. Here's the big turning point in the game potentially in the second. During a tie, Cooper Cleaves was high stick, undetected. Louis Wayman, who high-sticked him, scores. They reviewed it. They called a double minor. Goal waved off. Vernon to the power play, and what happens? Charlie Kressel scores at 8:52 to give Vernon a 4-3 lead.
Just a really unfortunate set of circumstances for the Vees here. Leads to the Vipers taking a 4-3 lead late in the second period.
That goal in the second at 8:52. Vernon took that lead into the third period, and a close call there as well. In the second, Ethan Bonaventura had to make a great pad save to keep it a 1-goal game. In the third, Ryden Evers enters the chat as he picks off this puck. Short-handed, Kressel fanned on a pass. It dribbled in front, and Evers tied the game 44 seconds in the third, short-handed, to make it 4-4.
Yeah, great look at it there off the bench and on the scoreboard.
And then on the same penalty kill, Simon Meyer, he had a breakaway shorthanded. He almost scored. Big stop by Marco Bilic there to keep it tied, but then the Vees a few minutes later get their lead. Landon Wright off his leg and in. There's a hometown bounce that was much welcomed on the setup by Zach Nyman. That 3 minutes into the third, it's 5-4 Penticton in a wild game. And that was a nice little hometown bounce for Landon Wright, who admittedly didn't like his game through 2 periods, but came up clutch in the third to score the game winner. And how about this? Ethan Bonaventura, bit of a street hockey goalie there, Tim, fell over to make the save. And then Max Heisey caps off the hat trick with an empty net goal inside the final minute of the game to make it 6-4.
Able to put it in from long range there to collect the hat trick for the Vees.
One of the more wild Vernon-Penticton rivalry games goes to the Vees. 6-4 the final.